Hey, folks, and welcome again to the More Summer 21 Adventures, day 59. And what a day it has been. Oh, man. Folks, for those of you that watched last night's video this morning, today, okay, the Wi-Fi here, I don't know what was going on, okay, with the electrical and everything else. I mean, I guess their Wi-Fi connection or whatever went down, went offline or whatever. So everything that I was trying to post last night, I had to repost this morning. So some of it got done, some of it didn't. But I made that video last night at 11:30 when we got back. So some of it was being posted after midnight, and the rest of it was this morning. But having said all that, folks, years ago, I used to watch religiously Emeril Lagasse. Okay, and I didn't know where Fall River was. Well, and those of you that are in Carolina campers, you're going to start laughing right away. Okay, we got a friend, all right, who is from Fall River. All right, so when he would find out we're in our neighborhood, he said, "You got to go Fall River. You got to go do this, do this." So today, folks, we did. We'd made an hour and a half trip down south, down off of 93, down off of 4 something or 145 or something. Anyway, we ended up on 23 south, and we ended up going to Fall River, Massachusetts. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be, for one, but the history, oh my heavens, and different ethnic groups at different times, coming into the community. But what I learned today was it was one of the largest textile manufacturing cities in the north. Fall River, it comes from a Native American word, an indigenous people's word, from the Quickapin River. I think that was what it was. And it was a series of falls on the river. And and that's what the Indians, the Native Americans called it. And it translated into Falls of River. Okay, so their name, and it used to be called Troy back in the real, like Revolutionary days. And I think it was in 1804 or something like that, they changed the name to Fall River because of the falls. And then with the onset of the industrial age, they then they rerouted the river actually and took away the fall. There's only one visible fall now, and that is on private property, so you can't really see it. But there was a number of falls. I wish we could have seen it, but they rechanneled the river to power the textile companies. Okay, and there were a lot of them. It was a leading textile manufacturer in North America. All right, I was reading some of the things in their their heritage center, and it beautiful place. And it said that they judged how big a textile city was by the number of spools of thread that it used. And Fall River was like, 20,000 spools above the nearest competitor. All right. Something like over 20,000 mills, looms, for weaving and all that. But, just a magnificent city. And they have what they call Battle Cove. I believe that's what it was called, Battle Cove or Battleship's Cove. In it, they have the destroyer Joseph P. Kennedy. They've got the Russian ship Heinze. They've got the U.S. sub Lonefish. And then they have the battleship USS Massachusetts. So, toured them all today. All right. After the Culture Center. We were tired. We were hot. Folks, when we came off that last ship, bless my wife. I mean, she's been dragging since the first day we're here, and we did the upper half of the Freedom Tour, which, and I, again, it's supposed to be like 2.5 miles total from one end to the other. I don't think so, because we just did the top half, and I did over 6 miles that day. She did 5.5. She hasn't really recouped from that. Yesterday we did the other part. Plus we walked walked back to the Jeep. Then we took the Jeep from the parking lot. $43, folks. $43. All right. Then we moved over to the Coast Guard base. Met my friend there. Walked almost back to where we had parked the Jeep originally in Quincy Square. They call it Government Center. Got on the train, went to Fenway. We had almost 7 miles yesterday. So, 6 a day, 4, 7 is that's 13 miles. My baby hadn't recouped, and then in a heat index of 103. Okay, she wasn't handling it, so she would find some shady spots and try to be in the breeze while I would go down in the hall or below the deck, and then up on the topsail and all that. But enjoyable day. Now, again, the folks in Carolina Campers, they're laughing because Bob says you got to go to Nick's. Okay, so we go to Nick's. You got to go to Nick's and have what was it, Mama? Coffee milk?
Coffee milk.
I have a coffee milk. She did. I didn't. I had water. Okay, and you got to have a coney dog. So we both, I get a water. She gets the coffee milk. We both get a coney dog. Honestly, folks, I have never had a quote unquote coney dog before. I said, okay, I'll try it. Hey, it was gone. Okay. Lee and Rita, I thought I was in Bill's. Okay. Small little hole in the wall. Great little place. I think Bill's a little better, but I ain't going to tell Bob that. Okay. But bam, it was gone. So I asked Chrissy, I said, Mom, you want another one? She goes, yeah. I said, so give us 3 more. She goes, well, that makes your 4th one free. Because you buy 1, you get 1 free. Or buy 5, you get 1 free. So we each had 2 more. All right. We each have 2 more. And so we ended up having 3 apiece. Coney dogs. Her coffee milk, my water. And we just sat there and visited with the ladies and told them that our friend from North Carolina had said we had to go there because that was the place to eat. And it was, hey. And I'm sure there was other places. And one of the reasons why Chris and I both wanted to go, there's a large Portuguese community in Fall River. Okay, and we wanted to go to the bakery. By the time we finished eating, we knew it was getting late. Traffic was going to be horrendous, and we started headed back. And it wasn't until after we were out of town I realized, oh man, we never went to the Portuguese bakery. My bad. Okay. My bad, but it ain't bad enough to go back tomorrow and get it because we're headed south tomorrow. Not all the way south, but souther, if that's such a word. But hey, it's all good. Really enjoyed our day. Again, I had to depend upon the wife's camera or phone because I took so many pictures that my battery was dead. So she had to take pictures for me with her phone and then send them to me. So, I know I've got a bunch of pictures to be posting. And I'll try not to do all of them on the ships and whatnot. So, but hey, folks, if you're in this area, you definitely need to make a trip to Fall River and go to Battleship Cove. It's well worth it. It was what, Mama, $13 a piece for us or something like that.
I think so.
And that was a senior discount, military discount, whatever.
It was a 2-day pass.
And it was a 2-day pass.
And something else was included, but we didn't have time to do it.
Yeah, there was a 2-day pass, and there was another place that was included in this, but, it was kind of like that place that we went to yesterday, wasn't it, Mama? We went to the meeting place, the Southern Meeting Hall, and that was for that and the old State House. Okay, and then up there in New Hampshire, no, Vermont,
Vermont.
just south of Burlington, they had the museum there on 45 acres, 38 buildings. Remember that video I told you about? That was a 2-day pass. So even though it seems to be expensive, when you figure it's for 2 days and another location, it's not bad at all. Fall River, Massachusetts, Battleship Cove, and the Fall River Heritage Center, which is right next to it. Need to go. There's also a carousel building that's between the Heritage Hall and Battleship Admission Building. They were closed today because they have a private party or function going on tonight, so they were closed in prep for that. But they got an ice cream shop that opened up this month. Just saying. just saying. Okay. I knew you'd like that. And listen, folks. If it wasn't for Travis being stationed up here, I'd have probably went further inland to Springfield. For 2A reasons. You can read between the lines. But other than that, I'm glad we were here. I got to do things. Me and Chrissy got to do things the last 3 days in and around Boston that we would have never believed that we would have been able to. And I'm just thankful that Travis was here and helped us with different things. Giving us different ideas and places to go. He's been here for a couple of years now, or a year and a half or whatever, and so he kind of knew his way around. He says, "Well, go do this and go do that," and of course, he had to work until during the day, and so it was only until the evenings that we could get together. And had a good time at the ball game last night. Again, I'm not a Reds fan, but a Red Sox fan, but I am a baseball buff. I am a baseball fan, and a retired baseball coach. I'm proud of it. And it's the history. I don't really care about the team, although they did have some players. I mean, Jim Rice was there last night, Carl Yastrzemski, Ted Williams, the list goes on. Even the Babe played for the Red Sox before he went to the Yankees. And Fenway Park is so rich in history of the players that have played there, either against or for the Red Sox. And of course, the Green Monster in left field is 37 feet tall. We had a contest last night, and he's all right, and he says, how high do you think? I said, I think maybe 45, 46 feet. He says, nah, I'm thinking about 58 or 59, maybe 60. And what about you, Miss Morris? I said, Mama, what do you think? She goes, 36. Yeah, 37. Okay. She was off by a foot. We were way over. We accused her of Googling it, but she didn't. But hey, Fenway was just so remarkable. I can check it off the list. And again, the history. I could spend a week here with the history of it's aside from Philadelphia and the Declaration of Independence. This is the seat of the Revolution. This is the birthplace of America. Okay. Although a number of different states had their actions too. Cornwallis coming up from Charleston, South Carolina, and then ended up, coming through the Carolinas, north and south, and ended up at Yorktown and had to surrender. Okay. And then the Battle of 1812, and of course the battleship, the USS Constitution, Old Ironside, was built right here, and now she's home ported here. It's just rich in history. You know what I'm saying? I could go on, and it's already been 14 minutes. Where to do? There they are. But let's, I need to go ahead and, because this is going to take a while to load up, because it's already, almost 15 minutes now. It's 14:48. So today's scripture, folks, is 1 Thessalonians 5:15. And this, folks, I'm telling you, I got trouble with this one. Okay, I always do. All right, and when I read it, you'll know why. See that no one renders evil for evil to anyone, but always pursue what is good, both for yourself and for all. See that no one renders evil for evil. How easy, I mean, really, how easy is it for us just to go off the deep end on somebody, you know? And I mean, you know, I'm telling you, folks, it's. I shared something I think earlier tonight on Facebook, you know, and talk about Christianity, you know, and I think I'm a good Christian until someone pulls in front of me in the fast lane going slow. You know, I just I said that's me to a T. Okay, I mean, come on, jerk, get out of the way. You're in the fast lane. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that really very Christian-like? No, 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 no. In my other days, I might have said some other things and made some gestures and whatnot. So I am getting better. Okay, but I've got a ways to go. And yes, I know the speed limit is X. So if you're doing XX, then you're already breaking the law. So what are you doing in the fast lane anyway? I know. I get it. I get it. Okay. Remember when you point the finger, you got 3 coming back? Yeah, I get it. Okay. All 4 of them this way. I get it. All right. But, you know, and another version, you know, see that none of you repays another with evil for evil, but always aim to show kindness and seek to do good to another one and to everyone. You know, folks, that is, you know, 1 Thessalonians 5:15. And if that, I mean, that I'm guilty. Okay, I'm guilty. And of course, when I do that, you know, Lord forgive me. I'm sorry. You know, that ain't right. You know, that ain't right. So, you know, what can I say? You know, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Okay, but by the grace of God, through the blood of Jesus Christ. Okay, so I get it. Hey, tomorrow, Lord willing, we're gonna come to you from a place a little bit further south, and I don't think it's any further east. You know, folks, I think we're about as east as we're going to get. Okay? We're going to be heading south now, but, you know, I think this part of Massachusetts is a little further east than what the rest of the continent is and where we're going to be. But, hey, tomorrow night, God willing, I'll place a little further south. God bless you. Good night.